All right, just had to fix a couple mic issues there, and we are live back here with day 2 coverage of Game of Thrones, the card game, second edition U.S. Nationals. I am Roy Rogers of the Second Sons and the White Book, providing you with some low budget commentary today. They're going to be starting soon. With the day 2, but I wanted to give people a general sense of where things are. On the left over there is the top 18 players. I believe, according to my intelligence, because it wasn't updated on Jousting Pavilion, they cut to a top 24, which means that all the X and 2s made it through, along with a few people sitting there at 4 and 3. And on the right there is a breakdown of how yesterday went, both on the top, the faction representation and the agenda representation. And then total faction points. So looking so far at the U.S. Nationals meta, it was a weekend for Stark. Stark had a really big breakout performance here. Not entirely surprising for those of you who've been following the competitive metagame closely. Stark got a huge number of really good tools in the form of new draw with Wyman Manderly and the what are they? They're the new the I can't forget. They're so new. The House Manderly Scouts or whatever they are called. The cards that allow you to draw 2 when they come into play, and you have to discard 2 when they leave play. These are powerful draw engines that fit into a variety of different decks, and of course, the action advantage that Wyman Manderly's sacrifice and stand ability allows you makes crossing decks very powerful, and that is sort of the other story of day 1 of U.S. Nationals, which is crossing. If you look over there, Wars to Come, surprising no one, remains the most represented agenda, but we also have crossing, doing very well, and they are live now. Cool. Yep, and they are live now, so we're going to go straight into the game. Okay, it looks like it is the Second Sons and / Long Lances Sandy Barnabas versus a Barra Alliance player who is playing Rose Cohor. Let me just check real quick for that player's name, which escapes me real quick. Barra. Martell Alliance. Matt Phillips. Okay, cool. So on our left is Sandy Barnabas of Missing the Cut, Second Sons, and my fellow teammate on the Long Lances versus Matt Phillips, who is playing Barra Alliance. And his 2 Alliance agendas are Cohor and Rose. These are 2 extremely fast decks. And it'll be interesting to see how they do against each other. We have 2 really fast decks. Barra Alliance has done really well out in Europe, including doing very well at Nationals last year. Not Nationals, excuse me, Worlds last year, with a slightly different board. Obviously, Cohor wasn't out then, and hasn't really made much of a splash in the U.S. meta. But here it is today in the cut at U.S. Nationals, the only Baratheon player to make the cut. So for those of you who want to keep the Barra dream alive, you should be cheering for Matt, who's on the right over there on the Store 2016 Championship playmat. And then, of course, we have Sandy Barnabas. Everyone knows Sandy. Certainly, if you're watching this stream, you know who Sandy Barnabas is. And he is playing a very fast Targaryen deck. I think it's safe to say this is the deck that he piloted to the cut at UK Nationals last weekend. So Sandy has, despite his constant, you can see he's nervous, but despite his constant complaints and calling his variety show Missing the Cut, Sandy Barnabas has had a hell of a 2018, which compares more favorably to his 2017 run. So we're into setup now. All right, so the setup for our Cohort player is Davos, some attachments that I can't quite read, and some economy. Oh no, that is, I believe, the pump warship. Sandy goes wide with Jorah, one of the Handmaidens, and Missandei, along with an economy card. So very good setup for Sandy. Middling setup for Matt, but you know the Cohort decks have a huge amount of potential explosive power, and of course we now have Matt, I saw Randall in his hand, and look at Sandy showing off his swag with his World Championship sleeves, his World Championship house card. I mean, just look at this guy. Sandy Barnabas is just all swagged out. Normally he doesn't play on a playmat, and I still haven't forgiven him for he is one of the only player in Thrones to have someone print a playmat with his face on it. But Sandy doesn't play on that playmat. It breaks my heart every time. But he's got that beautiful national championship. Uh, uh, how how excuse me one second. How I don't even remember where I was. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Okay, so Sandy flips heads on spikes, and I believe that is peace and prosperity there for Matt on the right. So Sandy Barnabas is going to pull there, and he hits a King's Road, which, while not exactly what Sandy was looking for there, is not the best thing for Sandy to hit. All right. So the question is, does Matt have other economy? Well, Peace of Prosperity is actually very powerful. It's particularly, of course, with all the huge number of attachments. It's the one that reduces, I don't know the exact numbers off my head, for each card type that you play. And it has been consistently powerful in decks that I've seen it. But it's very niche. But the fact that you're running such a spread of card types, you're running a huge number of attachments, you're running a solid character base plus a huge location base to power up the Barra Alliance engine. So for those of you who haven't seen the Barra Alliance deck in action, so it really seeks to abuse sort of the stand tech in Rose, the power pump in Rose, and then the really powerful characters in Barra to just run over your opponent. It is it's like a not it's a rush deck, but it's not necessarily the fastest rush deck ever. But he's definitely going. Matt is definitely going all in here. It tries to use the attachments from Qohor to cycle in, particularly the new Barra attachment, the King one, that allows you to draw cards for each non-Barra location, non-neutral, non-Barra location, to sort of refill yourself and keep yourself high on the card advantage, while using the stand engine out of Rose to power through challenges and rush you down. It also has a night package frequently, which is so it runs like the night plot and some of the night tech. I think you see one of those +1 strength jousting. I think they're called jousting pavilions there, which will allow that Highgarden Courier to stand up that stealth engine of Davos. So what Sandy needs here is to sort of go wide, I think, because the problem is, of course, he can start Matt can start cycling those attachments with Qohor right away. Real quick, while Sandy's deciding, I'm going to check in real quick with the regular stream people. And I'm back. Okay, so all right, Viscerus is in play, which is going to be one of the most important answers for Sandy to what Matt's doing, to be able to hit the key attachment to sort of control Qohor. Qohor really, if you can make that agenda turned off by either making sure that there's no attachments in play or that they can't win challenges, they are running a bunch of really shitty cards. I wish that the glare wasn't so bad, and I could see which attachments are on Davos, and to give you a little bit more insight, but I don't have that on me right now. So, all right. So Sandy plays a Great Hall. Does he have anything big to play here? So I don't think so. Is he passing into is that a pass into challenges? So if it was a pass into challenges, Matt was. So Matt is. I think ahead here, but Sandy hitting that King's Road, I think, really disrupted his plan this turn because we see that Randall sitting sort of dead in his hand. So the question is, what is Matt's read / what is Matt's scouting success on Sandy's deck? Does he know if Sandy's running a burn package in his Tyrell Crossing, or is he not running a burn package in his Tyrell Crossing? That's going to be like a huge thing for what Matt plays around because like a Dracarys, oh, or not, excuse me, not a Dracarys, a Consuming Flames because there's no dragons in play. Consuming Flames here would be really bad on Davos. Davos, of course, can save himself. Well, not save himself, but return himself to your hand. But you would lose all those attachments would have to be played out, and it would be very disastrous for him. So the stealth there on the military icon means that hopefully Sandy has a Quotho sitting in his hand that can come out here. Otherwise, the machine is getting started. This Barrow Alliance sacrificing attachments is really happening. Is it happening? Does he have the Quotho? Does he have the Quotho? He's mimicking something. What are we gonna get here? Sandy's thinking about something. Matt's very confident there, sitting back. I think he feels good about this. I think his read on Sandy is that Sandy doesn't have it. I see. Yep. All right. He's taking the unopposed claim. Okay. And Sandy's deciding which of the attachments he wants to hit. This is the good. And so which attachment does he want to hit? I wish I could see an attachment. And he hits the Sandy's favorite card, Oathkeeper, which is probably pretty good for him because he wants to prevent the ability for Matt to get a character on the power challenge. Is he getting another one? Nope. What's he going to? Has he got the king attachment there? Yep, he's getting the king. Ooh, this is really bad for Sandy. It's just gonna mean more and more card advantage for Matt, and Sandy is in trouble. This is literally like this is such a huge card advantage engine that it's gonna be hard for Sandy to keep up if he can't rush Matt down. And I'm responding to Aaron, who was running the mainstream, and I'm trying to get the glare reduced. So give me just 1 second. All right, so Aaron is going to try to do his best to get this resolved to sort of so we can get a clearer sense of what is attached to Sir Davos there. So Davos, I think, swung in for a power challenge. Sandy is looking there to see what he can do in his hand. So, but Sandy's in trouble. That king attachment again is the engine that really powers through a lot of the gives a lot of resilience to the Barrow Alliance build because it's a rush deck. But it's a rush deck, but it's also a rush deck that to get its engine going has to win challenges no matter what. So it can't sort of like it doesn't have a lot of flexibility in its game plan. That's kind of one of the things that Cohort can sometimes get you there. Like it's much easier to lock down because it doesn't have as much of that like native renown as the Tyrell or the Stark has, and it doesn't have the kind of burn tricksiness / ambush tricksiness of Targ. It's very much like play to the board, and if Sandy could lock Matt out of winning challenges early on and build up a strong board, it's going to be really hard for Matt to be able to do anything because that he's running a 75 card deck that doesn't do shit. But what the king attachment lets you do is the king attachment gives you this additional card advantage engine, and then once you're able to pair that with the action advantage engine of the strength pumps, you can just start owning the board. So Sandy, now the strength pump engine isn't out. Sandy was able to disrupt that with that heads on spikes hitting the King's Road, which definitely slowed Matt's plan down. And he's going to be able to, I think, get all 3 of his challenges off. Matt, I don't think Matt has any real tricks there, because oftentimes a lot of these Bara cohort decks don't run any of the Neil package, besides the Intimidate from Robert. And I just got an update from Aaron. That is a Tourney Lance that is on Davos plus King at the Wall. All right, so that's a 4 strength Davos. So what's Sandy gonna do here? Sandy's got to figure it out. Okay, Sandy's doing something. Nightmares there. Okay. And now he's swinging in military. It was an interesting decision to Nightmares the strength pump there instead of Nightmares in Davos earlier. But the strength pump would have still allowed him to win the challenge, so it might have been the right thing to do. So now he, I assume, goes for a power challenge here, which will significantly slow Matt down. Quotho, cool. And then power. All right. So Sandy won and Superior Claim. All right, so Sandy won that last challenge by 5, got the Freedman out, and is taking his power from Superior Claim, power from, I don't know why there's power on Jiqui. But does she have renown? Oh, she's got a Silver Steed on her. That's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. Okay, so she has a Silver Steed on her, so she has renown. Or it might be Jiqui. That might be Eerie. Okay, so that was a very good turn for Sandy. And the pulling the King's Road, I think, so far is was really crucial for Sandy here. So if Sandy can hit Randall here, I think he's in really good shape. So Matt is deciding himself. He's going to go King in the North to a heads on spikes. That's pretty good. Sandy has 1 card in hand. And if Sandy hits Better Lucky Than, and that hits the new, that's still pretty good. It's still a pretty good hit. I think Sandy needs 5 power to win. The question is, can he do that? So his opponent has 5 gold to work with now, but Sandy went second. So Randall can. Oh, so I see Randall and Bob. So okay, that's 2 of the jousting pavilions down. Okay, and we got another King's Road. Okay, so we're going to see, I believe, Randall come down here. Probably the best bet. He's only going to be able to get 1 use out of Robert here, which is not ideal. But he's deciding between the 2. I think Randall is the right play here. He's just so much more action economy than that's Jiqui. Yes, thanks, Andrew. Yes, Andrew. He had a dupe. I think he had a dupe of Randall. Okay, yeah. Randall's got to come down here. I think it's the right play from Matt. Sit on 1. Matt's hand is not great. Let's be like, so if Sandy can capitalize on that, now this is going to be a rough turn for him. He's going to have to play honestly on the board. But I think so. I don't think he can close here. But particularly because I don't know how strong Sandy's event package is here. So is that Queensguard? Was that Beggar King maybe? On Jiqui, and then the big boy himself, Khal Drogo. Okay, so yeah, it must be a Beggar King because Sandy was able to trigger some things. So yeah, Sandy has a heck of a board, and I don't know if Randall can compete with that. I think Matt's best bet here might be to defend. So Sandy's going to get at least one unopposed power, and with two instances of renown, three instances of renown, it's it's a bad spot for our man Matt Phillips. So really hitting that economy on the first turn really slowed down uh, Matt's ability to do much. Now, what Matt can do here is take advantage of his agenda to milk, probably to milk Khal Drogo, and take off one of the instances of renown that Sandy has and slow him down and the clock. But that may not be enough here. I think, is he passing challenges to Sandy here? Oh, nope, he's not. He's doing a challenge. No. I mean, he has some options. What's Matt think? Because Matt has no action in his hand from what I saw. So it's entirely on the board here. So he has the Huntress. I believe that's the name of the card. So the Huntress lets you give +2 strength to a Tyrell character and +2 strength to a non-Tyrell character. All right, so that is. So he won. He won that challenge, and he's cycling. Does he want the milk, or does he want? What does he want here? Okay, so he is. Okay, he's going to put an intrigue icon on Randall. That's good, but still, is it going to be enough? I really don't know. So he now has an intrigue icon. I'm not 100% on that. I'm truly not 100% on that. And so he's doing which type of challenge is he going to do? So he has one more use out of Randall. I think he passes to Sandy here. I could be wrong. It looked like a pass to Sandy. Okay. Oh no, he just did an intrigue challenge. Okay. I'm not 100% clear on what is standing Randall. Is he? Because he's not a knight. He hasn't knelt anything. Unless I'm missing something, but I'm sure that the players know Arbor Queen, right? It's sorry, it is Arbor Queen, not Huntress. I apologize. I'm confusing it with a 1.0 card. So I'm still not a okay. So this was an intrigue challenge. So is Matt going to trigger his King of the Wall? King Beyond the Wall? Uh-oh. Okay, good. Not frozen. Just very, very methodical. Okay, he's swinging in. Who's he going to announce as the stealth target? It'd be helpful if he pointed. So what? I assume that's a military challenge. Could be a power though. Be opened with Randall on the military, which I think he did. Oh no. Okay, so Sandy is opposing. Double oppose. There. Requiring a pump. Nope, no pump. Alright, so Sandy needs 5 to win. And he's going to burn an intrigue challenge, I assume, there. So he's burning the intrigue. I mean, he could defend with Randall, but nope. Is he going to let that go unopposed? Yep, he's letting that go unopposed. Okay. So Sandy needs 4 to win. Where's that 5? I think it's 4. All right. Nothing really great hit there. He didn't hit Robert. All right. Now Sandy's got some decisions to make. Is he going to swing military? Is he going to swing mill here? Or is he going to swing power? So now he can swing. If he swings double power, he goes. He wins, but does he win by? Oh no, he's still got to deal with the knight. I'm not 100% on Sandy's decision there to double defend that mill challenge, but he didn't have very much military claim soak. So did Sandy miscalculate this challenges phase? I think he might have a little bit, but that little bird is definitely doing some work here. So the question is, can Sandy go first next round and win? Maybe if he does a now he could. Let's see if he flea bottoms out the freedmen and then swings big power. I think he can push it through. And Sandy's asking about dominance. He's in a tough spot. And he's given Matt the time that he needs, because Matt's got his draw engine there. And, okay, he's going mill. Could be power, but I would assume it's military. And he's going to block with Randall. And then power will be his last one. And then he's going to swing power. Which will put him 1 short. Puts him 1 short there. Wins Dom. So he needs 3. All right. So this is a pretty critical turn. So we got Matt, we got confiscation. I'm not sure what that is, that plot. Now, I don't think we're going to see a Valar Morghulis here, because that would put Matt super far behind. Heads on spikes could be pretty good. Well, no, Sandy's got no cards in hand, so that would not be good. Matt definitely wants to go first, so pulling the knight plot would be pretty good. Plus, because it provides instant of renown, so it gives all of Matt's characters renown. But I think that's a you win or you die that he's got there, which is probably pretty good. You win or you die versus you win or you die. Matt gets to decide who goes first. He'll make himself first. Very smart. So both players are going to see 4 cards here. Sandy needs some action here. What do we got? He's real close. So we see Randall. Or no, we see Oof, that stealth on the power icon is really nice there. So that's 5 gold for Matt. So that's Maester Pylos, I think. Still not enough to play Rob. Oh wait, nope. That is the 3rd King's Road. So we could see Robert come down this turn, but I don't. I think that might be a little greedy, but I could be wrong. Sandy has such an econ advantage here that it's kind of insane. Sandy needs to see some second sons though. All right, so we see the pop. Oof, the knights. Those are from the Tyrell box. They gain additional strength for each knight that you control and do not kneel when attacked. All right, and the strength pump girl. Sitting on 2. Do we have any cool do we have any cool pump spells or anything like that from Matt? No. I think there's another Oath Keeper there, which would give an additional strength. Okay. I mean, there is a possible chance that Matt could just win this turn. Sandy's going to need to really be careful here. He has a big econ advantage, a dupe there. That's really good. That will allow Sandy to reset if Matt just gets out of control here. It is good for Sandy that Robert will be sitting in the discard pile if we go into another round. All right. So what's Sandy got for us here? Okay, Silver Steed. Okay. Is Silver Steed? It's not unique, right? Oh, he's taking it back. I think it's unique. So Sandy has literally nothing else in his hand. The third dupe for Khal Drogo. Oof, bad spot for Sandy. Very, very bad spot for Sandy. I don't think he can do anything about a 2-claim mill. This is going to be bad. This is the flip turn. I think that really last turn Sandy wasn't careful enough with how he sequenced his challenges and his defenses, and I think he put himself in this situation. And it's tight. Sandy's board is not nearly as good as Matt's, and Sandy's board's going to get chewed up here. Now the question is, Matt here has all the breathing space in the world. He just needs to figure out the right sequence of challenges and the right sequence of math to put Sandy so far behind that he can't close. So he's definitely he doesn't care very much about the intrigue challenge. I mean, the intrigue challenge might be able to give him some additional power, but that's not very important because those cards are going out of Sandy's hand anyway at the end of the turn. Now, he could be afraid of Dracarys, but there's no Dany and there's no dragons out. Yep. A Silver Steed and a Flea Bottom dupe. So we've got... So he just did that for free. Got a power. Okay. Sacrificing the king to get what? Maybe a milk. He's thinking about the bodyguard. He's probably afraid of a reset. And bodyguard on Randall might be worth it if he's afraid of a reset, but it's got the jousting lance in his hand. That's pretty good. Jousting lance on the knight. Yep, that's just turning him into a ridiculous offensive and defensive machine. I just don't think Sandy can get over this. I think he's just not in a good spot. The best thing for Sandy is both players' hands will be empty at the end of the turn. But of course, we know that Matt has Tourney of the King, or Tourney for the King, which will of course allow him to tune. I think his entire board is knights at this point, just one big swing should be able to close the game for Matt. So if Sandy can't close this round, because I don't think Matt will be, with only one, well, maybe, he'll be close. I don't. If Sandy does not win this round, he loses. He can't beat King, Attorney for the King, unless he valors. Even I don't even maybe Doharis will also, but I mean Sandy of course is running. Okay, he's blocking. Sandy's a rush deck, so he may not be running any resets. Takes one dupe off his cow, and then who is he killing? Who is he killing here? This is a big question. I think you kill Missandei because you don't want. I think you need Jiqui. Nope, he's kill. Oof, that says yeah. That's a problem. That's a problem for Sandy. I think Sandy is locked out here. We might see a milk go on Khal Drogo. We could also see a bodyguard come onto Randall here. Nope. What do we got? Yep, milk on Khal Drogo. And that is basically GG. Sandy is now up to needing 5 power. He's got no cards in hand for his Jiqui triggers. And I just don't see how you get over that. You get over the just wall of beef that Matt has here. All right, so Matt's decisions here. I mean, if I was in Sandy, I would be very frustrated right now. I'd feel this game slipping away from me. Taking 2 power off there. He's going to pump Randall. Pump, yep, stand up his team. Now he's going to move into challenge resolution. Yep. I really hope Sandy's running Margulis here. Margulis will even this board out a lot. No trigger, so there's no trigger. Nope, he's sacrificing that. And is he going to go for a bodyguard here? Yep. Still, I'd still be pretty happy valoring here. Khal Drogo, maybe not. Yeah, poor Sandy. I still think you've got to valor if you've got it. But of course, I don't think Sandy does, so it's kind of a moot point. All right, that's all 3 challenges from Matt. Now, he's semi more vulnerable in the Intrigue Challenge. There's no renown on the Intrigue Challenge. So I don't know what those coins are supposed to represent. Oh, they have the additional strength from Huntress or Arbor Queen or whatever she's called. Whatever the ship's called. That's good. So Matt, oh Matt, you've got it. I mean, Sandy's kind of in a very tough pickle here. I think you swing Intrigue here because it can't give him more renown now that he's taken the little bird off Randall. So that's one for unopposed. He gets those 2 cards. Okay. So so military gives 1 more power to Matt, and Matt's at 3, 9, 11, and is going to win dominance. No matter what Sandy does here. I mean, yeah, he's got the lock. I mean, Dohaeris might help a little bit. Oh, Sandy passes into dominance. And so Matt is at 9, 12. Oof, poor Sandy. All right, so Sandy, if his deck is running a reset, has to reset here. Definitely has to reset here. If he's got even Dohaeris, he's got to soften up the board here. I mean, I still think Matt is just going to switch into Tourney and just win. Go first, win. He needs 3 power to win. And I think he can get that on, what? Mill challenge? Nope. Power, maybe? Yeah, power. Confiscation. Okay. And Valor Dohaeris. Okay. So this is interesting. All right, so I think, what do you keep if you are Matt? I think Matt has the more interesting board for what do you keep. I think that Quotha will be going away on Sandy's board, and then the question is what's going away on Matt's board. And Matt made himself first. Hit the Silver Steed. And now Matt's got the hard choices here. He can keep, I mean, he has no cards in hand, so he doesn't know if he's going to top deck any knights. So the safest bet might be Randall, certainly. Okay, so he's basically saying, I believe I will top deck knights and turn my arbor or my character into something useful. I forgot. Oh, Green Apple Knight. There we go. I knew I'd get there eventually. So I think. Oh no, Sandy's first apparently. So Sandy's got 4. Can we see what Sandy's plan is here? He's looking at his discard pile. Is he just gonna sit? Oh. So I think Matt drew Marjorie and an econ card. Marjorie helps a lot, and he paid the gold. Why? She should be 1 less. He should have 1 gold left, but that's okay. All right. So their boards are relatively even, but I don't know if Sandy just doesn't have any action. So that Green Apple Knight is a much less of a threat. One for unopposed. No cards in hand. Oof. If Sandy had a way to stand Khal Drogo, he might be able to do something here. Power, I'm assuming that is. I mean, Matt has all the defense in the world here. He goes there. He doesn't even need to do that if he doesn't want to. Yep, so Randall's up and over. He takes Renown, goes to 13. And then we mill. Or do you sit? Four? For what? Okay. Military that way. Still not going to do a huge amount of stuff for Sandy. Sandy was going to get... Still going to be short. And then he's letting it all through unopposed. I mean, unless no, Randall's with the so so Randall's at 8 right now. He can go up to 10. Nope, he's letting it go unopposed. Claim discard your card, Sandy. What's the card in Sandy's hand? And killed Marjorie. Oh. He didn't take the renown on Khal. Oh, Khal Drogo doesn't have renown, right? Because he's got a milk. And Sandy concedes. All right. Well, that is the end of the first round here of the cut. Sandy Barnabas defeated by Matt Phillips here in the second day of Game of Thrones, the LCG US Nationals. We will be back to cover the next round in just a little bit. I will leave you all with this. See you in a bit. just to update everybody real quick on the standings, if you can say there through. So far, who's made it through is Jesse Carpenter, Eric Green, whose very handsome butt was on the stream earlier, Tom McKenzie, Matt Clemens, Chris Vack, Dustin Archer, Andros, and James Booker, Sean Bohan, and Alejandro and Fred Bird have all made it through so far. I think, because she's smiling, Jess also won her game. Let's click a quick refresh on that and see if we got it. Yes, Jess made it through to the next round there, which you should be able to see right there at 4th place. So far, that just means that of people to follow, Sandy Barnabas is the only big name person booted out, although alongside Aaron Groth from The Wars to Come did not make it through in the first round of elimination. And we have one more game before our top 16 between Ryan Leonard and Daryl Weber, which you can see over there. But I think it just got picked up. I think Leonard cleared it up. So we'll be back with our top 16 rounds in just a moment. Okay, cool. We are back with the next round, the top 16 of of U.S. Nationals, live from Springfield, Missouri. I am Roy Rogers of the Second Sons and the White Book. Joining me for this round of commentary is Matt Meme Gaiman. How you doing, Matt? I'm good. All right, so matchups here today. We have Matthew Phillips back on stream from the last round of putting Sandy Barnabas in his place, playing against the Wisconsin Hope, Sean Bohan. And so Matt Phillips is playing Bara Alliance Cohor and Rose, while Bohan, the best rock, or I guess heavy metal, uh, what is it? A heavy metal karaoke person in Thrones is playing Targ HRD Marine. So this should be a good matchup. Matt, going into this, who do you think is favored? That's interesting because I actually think that I think that definitely Bohan has a better matchup than Sandy did, but I'm still more on team Matt here. I think he has a lot of outs, and the strength pumps, of course, play directly against what Bohan is trying to do, and he also has the ability to cheat out. Seized by the guard onto Marine, which you can just turn off somebody's agenda for 3 gold. It's pretty good. That's true, but that's true. But you have to see those. You can't tutor for them. So, but I think this should be a good match, actually. I'm very excited. These are both up-and-coming decks. For those of you who are just turning in, I said this last round, but the Bara Alliance Cohor has definitely it's made a splash out in Europe, but hasn't really made a splash here in the U.S. meta. So I'm excited that gets to be its like homecoming, its coming out party. And of course, HRD Marine has been, trying to build up itself here. Bohan had a very good run at Continentals with this deck, but it didn't quite take him all the way. All right, so now let's see what's going on here. Can you all hear Matt? You can't hear Matt? Matt has no audio. Matt, can we hear you? Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I don't think they can hear you. Properties, let me make sure. Let me see. Can you guys hear Matt now?
Can you hear me?
Can you all hear Matt now? Can you hear the people sing the songs of angry men? Yep. Okay. Cool. They can hear you now, Matt. All right. So you missed
Awesome.
You missed Matt's wonderful analysis of HRD Marine. So basically, coming into this matchup for apologies for the technical problems. Coming into this matchup, I think that Matt Phillips is favored on the Bara Alliance, while Matt thinks that Bohan is favored on HRD Marine. So we're going to jump into it. Bohan took a mulligan while setting it up. I missed whether or not Matt took one, but
I think he's keeping.
okay, you think he's keeping. Cool. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's see what's going on here. And Bohan remains a monster by not playing on a playmat. All right.
What a absolute savage.
Okay, so we got Marine from the HRD, a Second Sons, and Reducer Chud versus, I believe that is a Little Bird, Corset Loris, and a House Florent Knight on plus. I can't really see those locations. I think that's 2 Jousting Pavilions.
I think they're just so
Yeah,
the glare
the
is really
glare
bad.
is really bad, and that's one of the problems, of course, because Matt's running a whole bunch of usual cards you don't see in competitive play. One of the advantages of seeing really unique decks like Bara Alliance is we get to see those cards, but the glare makes it hard. But I really do appreciate Aaron, who is streaming live from U.S. Nationals right now, to give us this ability to do it at all. So beggars can't be, don't want to kick a gift horse in the mouth. All right. Bohan, what's he going to open here? I think he's going to open Summon Harvest, but Summer Harvest is not very good because the traditional opener of this Bara Alliance deck is, do you know it, Matt?
No, I do not know it. I haven't seen
Peace
this
and
deck.
Prosperity. Brand new pot.
Wow.
Yeah. So Bohan might not be able to greed himself into a win here like he did against the last match that we saw him with.
Yeah, Summer
Who's
Harvest
playing chess?
is questionable. He's opening with Peace and
He's
Prosperity.
deciding. He's deciding though. We'll see what's going on. Peace and prosperity to Summer Harvest. Ooh, that immediately puts the tempo on Matt's side there, because Matt has. Do you know what the spread is on Peace and Prosperity off the top of your head, Maddie?
I think it's 2-1-1, isn't it? Or
I
I
think
don't
it's.
know.
I think it was like
I
3-2
I
one.
immediately just put it in the binders, so
All
it
right.
is. It's
So he played a
3 for
bunch of stuff.
character, 2 for location, 1 for attachment.
All right, cool. So he just played duped. I'm not 100% what he played duped there for free. So it must be a 2 cost. Maybe it's probably Honeywine then.
Yeah, I would say it's Honeywine.
Because that's a good 2 cost location. You're definitely going to want to dupe because Bohan is almost certainly playing Breaking Ties.
Mm.
You want to make it as hard as possible for him to return that to your hand. All right, then that's a great haul, I believe. Still. And okay, another new card.
Big dog.
Bastard of Night Song.
Not so good for this turn, but turns to come, he's definitely gonna do some work.
Oh yeah, he's very good in this Barrow Rose deck, particularly if you can get him standing with the courier. Ugh,
Gross.
very gross. And Andrew Kim just confirmed that it is Honeywine for us. So and he put that's a Jousting Lance on there. Again, the beautiful thing about this Barrow Alliance deck is so many bad cards are being played. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
What Cohort brings to the table.
Kohar brings all the ladies to the. All right, so here we go. What's Bohan gonna do to answer this? Matt has no gold. Now, of course, Bohan's deck is running burn, so that definitely gives him the ability to sort of come back for some tempo advantages. But he really does not have much with this 4 gold. So here's where we see, one of the stories of yesterday, if for those of you who caught coverage yesterday, is Scott and I were talking a lot about how this U.S. Nationals is an incredibly greedy meta, and nothing is more clear than this Summer Harvest play. And one can imagine that Bohan has just been rocking face with this. We saw that in his game against Jess Thompson yesterday in the final round of Swiss. But here we see the drawback of Summer Harvest. 4 gold and no other econ cards is kind of shit.
Yeah, this is not the kind of start he wants with, especially with looking at the cards in his hand. He has new Danny. He's got, some jam, but he just doesn't have the money to play any of it.
He also really, really wants to try to avoid having King Beyond the Wall come out, which I don't think he can stop. And King Beyond the Wall with that's 4 Tyrell or 3 Tyrell locations because one's duped. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, you don't want the engine to start going, or you're just basically just going to fall behind.
Yeah. I mean, Marine does have its own card draw engine, but if you don't have a board, those 3 extra cards are not going to be doing much for you.
No, yeah. Marine is only one phase you get those cards too, so it's not exactly the same as King Beyond the Wall, where you're just going to be drawing a ridiculous amount of cards. You get to keep the best ones at the end of the round, where he gets to use them in one phase.
So I do want to respond a little bit to chat. When I say that these are bad cards, yes, they're bad cards in a vacuum, but they are good in this particular deck. But of course, a lot of them you end up just getting sacrificed to find even better attachments or utility attachments from with the agenda. So, all right, Beggar King comes out very thematically on Viserys Targaryen. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Viserys, Viserys, however you want to pronounce it. All right, and he marines here in Marshalling. Let's see what he's looking for here.
Looking for cards to play.
Okay, and he discards those 2 cards and gets. That is a
That's what you want right
hell of
there.
a marine there. Woo! We just saw the power of marine because I believe that was a dragon is no slave, right? That he just chucked into the discard.
Oh yeah, that was
Like,
everything that you wanted.
honest to goodness, I think that might be the single best marine in the marshalling phase I've ever seen. Oh man, that is why you play the deck. Wow. So Bohan just went from being significantly behind to at least at parity.
Yes.
All right, so we got Loris is coming in for this military challenge that he's what I believe 6 strength. So
Well, if those are two jousting pavilions,
yeah, so he would be 7 strength then. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
he's block. Oh, so it's
So
power challenge. Okay, block, which I don't think. Yeah, well he can't stop it anyway. Uh, but I don't think that the Bear Alliance plays any events.
oh, it's an intrigue.
Ooh. Oh, is it intrigue? Okay. Oh, because
Oh,
he's
you
got
see
the
the
little
little
bird,
bird.
and he's sacrificing the little bird to come around here. What's he gonna do? Is it gonna be? Yep, king. Yep, surprising no one at all. Bohan's got to read the card. Again, another when you're playing for the clock, playing a bunch of cards that everybody has to read can get you those crucial seconds when comes down to time. All right. Very good here. So that's great. Renown. All right. So he's got his draw engine. He has a solid board, but Bohan's Marine did give him some breathing room.
Definitely. You can definitely swing back and get some tempo here.
All right, that was a power challenge, I'm assuming. Okay. Blocks. Yep, gets another Honeywine trigger and gets some cards. 3. Oh. 3 cards. Oh. That's just painful if you're Bohan there, particularly losing Danny. Ugh.
Yeah, this is not a good first turn for Bohan.
And he's sacrificed. Is he gonna sack? Is he not gonna sack? And he's sacking. Okay. That Lance is gonna become a bodyguard on Loris. Okay. So one of the other problems that Marine decks, of course, face is your single best card for your burn strategy. The Dragon is no slave. Of course, all these attachments turn that off.
Yeah, it's definitely he has to just set up burn for a March play, in my opinion, because he is not going to be able to unless he with the jousting pavilions and those guys all being knights, he's not exactly going to be able just to like burn with his other cards. So he has to just try to set up a March play and get one of these guys out of here.
So, all right. I think Bohan is in trouble. Bohan wins an unopposed challenge.
Bodyguards.
Loris. Very smart. Playing around that marched. Intrigue. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't think that Bohan is almost... Oh, nice. Pulling that bodyguard. That's good. I don't think Bohan valors, right? Because that's just way too much of a tempo loss on your end. So that goes in there. And... All right. So at the end of the first turn, Bohan is up on power, but his opponent's engine is all set up. So I would say that was probably I think they're relatively at parity, but Matt's a little bit ahead simply because he is much more equipped for a longer game than Bohan.
Oh, definitely. Like he's got his King Beyond the Wall, King at the Wall, whatever it's called. He has the draw engine going. Like Bohan needs to make some plays here, or he is quickly going to lose control of the game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw that of course, Matt didn't see that, but the viewers and I saw that in the last game where Sandy gave Matt one turn of breathing, and Matt was just able to run away with the game.
Mhm.
So Bohan's going to have to keep the pressure on this deck so that it can't just get all this Knights nonsense going. Okay, that's trading into, oh, not trading, excuse me, trade routes
Trade.
into trade routes. So,
Mhm.
and they're rolling die. And Bohan, oh, they tied. Three. I thought the whole point of rolling 2 die was to make it statistically less likely. Uh, all right, so where are we gonna be here? So I didn't see who was signaled to go first. Um,
Oh, looks like Bohan's first. Unless he's just.
yeah, Bohan's first. He said to make his opponent's trade routes go. And so each of them are going to get 5 power here, or 5 gold rather, and they drop. 2 more. Bohan's first. All right. So can we see what Bohan's got in there? I see
He's
an
got a great haul.
yeah, economy card, which is going to come out here. All right. Does he have any fatties to go with it though?
Oh,
That's a
that's
fatty.
the king.
What he?
That's really good with Marine.
Uh, yep. Discard. Oh, that. Oh, God. Bohan's all right. Bohan, I like it. I like it. All right, who's coming out now? Oh,
Oh,
no,
new
another
Danny.
Danny. All right. Dupe on that.
Dupes. Wow, he had all three.
All 3. Wow. Go Bohan. Okay. This makes, I imagine Bohan is very happy right now. Now the question is, does he have the burn to follow it up? Because Danny, the new Danny is great when you got a fistful of burn, but not that great otherwise.
Yeah, he needs an event here, or just you just have a garbage 3 cost, well 3 strength, intrigue power.
And he's sitting on. Did we see how many dollars he's sitting on? $1.
$1, yeah.
All right. So he's bluffing the Dracaris, or he may have it. We don't see it in his hand, but he's signaling the Dracaris at least.
He does have a Dragon who's no slave in his discard, but he does not have the gold for it. So
Ooh.
maybe top deck the Marine.
Oh, and we might be seeing that milk go down on Danny. Although that what is it called? Beacon of the South is also pretty good, or Beacon of the. Is it Beacon of the South? The
I
nope. The
believe
milk goes
so.
down on Danny. Yep. Bohan's cold. I didn't realize it was so cold in Missouri. Zipping it up. You'd think a man from Wisconsin would have the constitution to put up with the weather in Missouri, but you know people surprise you. Uh, okay. So I believe we're in challenges now. Now, Dracaris is good in this spot because, of course, that +1 strength wears away as soon as the challenge is over. So he might be able to snipe somebody here, but it's going to be very hard to snipe that Robert. Oh, nope. We're still waiting for the beacon. Yep, and another card that Bohan has to read. So that's just more quick power grab. Combine that with the honey wine, and you're in a good spot. Oh, and he's a knight. Oh, God.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
Weapons at the door. Weapons at the door, Bohan. All right. Still weak on the intrigues front, though, with the sacrifice of that little bird. So,
Get some free challenges off.
yeah, the card I think Bohan wants here is Aegon if he's running him. But here we go. So Robert is currently out of a challenge 6 strength. And then in a challenge will go up to what?
Well, it depends how many kneeling characters are on the board.
Yeah, so we go up to minimum 8, I believe. He's at 6 with the reducer knelt, plus the 2 from the 2 jousting pavilions. And knighted gives +1, right?
Yeah,
Strength.
Knighted does get plus
So,
one,
so
so
that's
he's a big boy.
9 strength without any other characters kneeling. Oof.
Yeah, he
But I mean, to be fair to Bohan though, uh, Matt Sport is very vulnerable to Valor.
it's true. He's got two dude characters. He's willing to let go of his Dar and Clotho. Then
So the
he
intrigue is
can
going to come in
definitely
there.
reset him hard.
Intrigue is unopposed here. Okay, pulling the Arbor Queen. Pretty good pull. Again, Bohan has to read it. If you
Oh,
playing the
these
drinking
goddamn
game,
cards.
Matt is probably at home playing the drinking game. Each time Bohan has to read a card.
No, I'm all done for drinking for the weekend. Thank you very much.
All right, we're in challenges. So Bohan got an unopposed intrigue, pulled the Arbor Queen, pretty good pull for him. But the question is, does he just sit now?
I think you just want to like slow him down.
Mm-hmm.
Just this is gonna be a grinder, and if he doesn't, because he can Valor next turn.
Get the milk off
He can
Danny.
get the milk off Danny. He has Danny Missandei out, and then he can start trying to crawl this game back.
And his opponent has an empty hand with 2 cards at that point, and you are going to be seeing more cards. And he'll get attachments back. He'll get 3 garbage attachments back at that point.
Now Matt does have King Beyond the Wall,
That's true.
so he is going to be drawing cards. So
That's
it's
true.
not going to be as terrible next turn for him if Bohan does Valor.
I mean, does Bohan have the Dracaris? That's what I want to see. Lean forward just a little bit, Sean. All right. He also can set up a pretty good marched play if he can burn down that little guy. Make his opponent choose between Loris with some power on him and uh, the bastard. All right. So
Yeah, I think you just want. I think you hold the march. I hold your burn. Just survive this turn. Go into Valor next turn. Start to come back.
I don't know. I know you can't get bastard here without Danny.
Yeah, 'cause he's not going to put him in a
So that's a
challenge.
power challenge block. Oof. Bastard's reaction is going to trigger.
More cards. Jeez, Louise,
Oh man,
that is bad.
that is super bad. And he gets that, so he's currently at let's see, we at 4, 3, 7, I think. Did he miss the bastard trigger?
No, he triggered it. We're
Okay.
just still at one claim right now.
Okay.
And Bohan, what a gentleman, reminding him of renown.
I mean, it's not. It is optional in second edition though.
Yeah, it is optional. That is not something I would do.
But Bohan plays honest, so that's
Yeah.
that's the way you should play. Showing Bohan is one of the luminaries of our community.
Mm.
All right. All right. There we go. And Neil there. Yep. I mean, right now Bohan at least doesn't have to worry about a lot of stand.
Yeah, so you knelt him so you get the unopposed through.
unopposed mill is probably coming here.
Yeah. Now, Matt, what do you claim here?
Right. Bohan, yeah. I mean, he can claim the Viscerus and open up his Daenerys, but I don't know what that gets him.
If he really wants to do March play, that'd be. Again, he's not being too polite to the stream right now. Can't tell what's in his hand, so. But he hasn't triggered Marine for some reason.
He
Oh,
might. Well, here
there
it
you go.
comes. All right. So what's he looking for here? Let's see what we got. All right, Bohan, show us what. Show us the magic. Nope. And he opposes there with the king. And that was an intrigue. So that must have been a little bird that he put on there. Okay.
Okay.
So he likes to. Oh! Well, the flea bottom was going in there anyway, but
Yeah.
that's a flea bottom is definitely not a card you want to see in your marine when you're doing it in the challenges phase.
Definitely.
And then another trigger, just again showing the power. I mean, the one thing that Matt's deck is definitely showing here, I hope, to our North American viewers, is just the sheer power of Cohort.
Yeah. It's a toolbox, and Matt is piloting the toolbox very well.
Yes. And then combined with again the power of King Beyond the Wall. He wins dominance. All right, Bohan. What do you got for us here?
I think we're going to see a reset.
I think we are too. I think. I mean. I mean. What else do you? What else do you do? You're significantly behind in the power count. You're significantly behind in character quality with the 2 milks on your best characters. Your opponent has a king, so you can't king plot and shut down some of the BS. No, he's
Your
marching.
opponent has no dupes.
He's marching. Does that tell me that he's running Valor Dohaeris rather than Valar Morghulis?
Yeah, he's gonna march his own Vis so he can get the milk off Danny.
Or Hisdar? We don't know what is like if he. He's looking at his opponent's discard pile there. I mean, his opponent's almost out of attachments. Heads on spikes to. Nope, that's breaking ties. Okay, so he wants to get he wants to get that. I'm imagining Honeywine off the board. All right, here we go. Oh, oh,
That's rough.
that is super rough. Oh, oh, that's pretty backbreaking there for Bohan.
Heads on spikes, best card in the game.
And so he's figuring out here. I mean, I guess you could return Loris, but I don't know if that does much.
Yeah. He must not be running Valorem.
Yeah, he's certainly not.
Yeah, 10-3 is a pretty rough position to be in.
That's bad. I mean, that basically says if he is running Valor Morghulis, that there's not much he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, does Bohan have 2? He can almost get all the attachments off the board and get +1 gold. And then a dupe on. Oh, yeah, that's just too much renown. So we currently have three instances of native renown with Loris, Robert, and now the new Bera guy over there, uh, plus the pseudo renown of the bastard. That makes plus Honeywine just makes. I don't. I think that Matt can just win on a power challenge.
Yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
like
unless
it's
he returns
over.
Loris.
Like he can bounce the bastard. The bastard's non-loyal and Loris's turn, but at the same time, that's just might just slow him down for another round.
He's marining here. What did he see? Oh, he's got the flea bottom. It's amazing how backbreaking pulling that Aegon was, though. Because with Aegon, the whole challenges phase math changes at least somewhat.
Yeah, he'd be bringing out the DDoS.
The
Dario
DDoS.
for you kids at home.
All right, and then he's coming back, and we're moving into the. We're moving. Nope.
Just reminding himself what cards he has in hand.
And he's playing something. Reduce there. And okay,
Nice.
second
It's,
sons. That helps. And that's dragging his. Those dragging in those slaves. They're plenty in the discard pile.
Problem is he hasn't been able to win a challenge with Danny, so he can't get any of them back.
Yeah. And he hasn't seen a dragon either. All right. So can we see the 2 or 3 cards that Bohan has in his hand? There would be nice, but they don't want to. They don't want to give us that satisfaction. He wants to read Cohor. Okay.
What is this European nonsense?
Interesting plot. Interesting agendas.
Why would play big characters, turn them sideways?
Hey,
That's what
the
America's
advantage
all
of this
about.
Barra Alliance deck is you can play big characters and a cool agenda. So,
That's true.
because you missed last round of Randall beating up on poor Sandy. All right, I'm sure the Bohan Dream might be out here, but we'll see. I mean, he does have the opportunity to get the milks off all his dudes. But without Aegon, I don't know if that does much for him.
Yeah.
And while Matt deals with his dog, who sounded like he was being strangled,
He's a very needy boy.
I understand that. I have a very needy girl over there. She's currently sleeping. No, not you, Hala. Let's see. All right. So that is
There's a poke happening here.
it's a poke. I think it's a military poke, right?
Yes. Now, Bohan can't afford not to oppose this, so
Yeah. But he has to figure out how. He's certainly not going to waste a burn here.
well, if he does have a, he can breaking ties twice with this because he has
It's the
flea bomb.
flea bottom.
If he can burn a guy down, then he can march and bring Matt down to one character.
Block. Yeah. I mean, and Matt's econ base is not like amazing, and he's burned 2 econ plots. So, I mean, maybe if you can set up that March play, it might not be horrible. Well, no, he can't. No, he can't do that because he's got the guy on the far left. So So you can
Well,
return
he can bring him down to just Robert.
to just Robert after. Yeah, he has to, I guess, burn Sir Justin Massey there somehow. All right, so I think we're gonna see our first Breaking Ties trigger here with this lore against this Loris
Intrigue.
for intrigue. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Two less power.
2 less power and garbage attachment goes to the hand.
Oh, that little bird's pretty good when we take Matt's board into hand.
No, it's true. It's true. And then let's see here. All right, so he's burned Mill and he's burned Intrigue. He can't go over Robert. So the question is, but Robert's not knighted anymore, right?
No, that's just a dupe on him.
It's just a dupe. Okay. I mean, that's the question. Does Bohan have the burn?
I think his play is to swing back. The thing is, he needs to get a challenge through.
Well, Bohan went first.
Oh, he went. Oh, he just passed.
Yeah, I think so. Because no, maybe he went second.
I feel he did go second.
He went second? Okay.
Because he won initiative.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Bohan's looking over there. He's like, what attachments could his opponent still have left?
A lot. He's played a lot.
So he's doing all right, so it's the team swing for power.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now Bohan's got some decisions to make. I think, do you oppose with Masandi? And then, because you can't win it. Or I guess.
No way you're gonna like stuff it, win by 5. Oh,
All
here
right,
comes
Dracarys
the burn.
there. Okay.
There we go. He's going for the march.
He is definitely going for the march setup here. And then brings that guy back. Trigger, yep. All right.
Out of the way.
So wait, with the Jousting Pavilions, would Justin Massey have died right away?
No, it's only when you're attacking alone.
Oh, only when
Like,
you're attacking
you get
alone.
just
Okay,
something
okay.
alone.
Okay, cool. That shows you how much I play with that card. So,
Yeah, I don't even know why I know what that card does.
so I'm bouncing the bastard, and now Robert is. I mean, he gets a power challenge through here, so he gets by a lot. So he gets to intimidate down one of. So Bohan's only going to be able to get 2 challenges off here. So I think you do kneel the Second Sons, right?
Yes, Second Sons, and then he swings back into power.
And it's Bohan did it.
Yeah, he's definitely recovering now.
Did Bohan not trigger the? What did Bohan get with the second Viscerous trigger?
He got King Beyond the Wall.
King Beyond the Wall. Okay. And he's going. Oh, so he's just gonna try and win the power challenge here.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
Just don't want to risk it. Because it would be a 3 power swing with the manager or the. what dumb card's called.
And stand everybody up. All right. And that's discarded. And Bohan just entirely switched this game around. So the question is, does Matt have enough econ plots left to refill? Because his hand's full of gas. But
yeah, it's just what it's not exactly bear. It's not exactly a low cost curve faction.
And then, yeah, well, and the deck itself is extremely greedy, and he's discarding a Little Bird and the Loris. Okay, interesting. All right, so we see, so definitely the March comes out here.
That was
All right, so we can see Confiscation. I know, we also know he's running You Win or You Die, King in the North. But we know that Bohan has the Beggar King in his hand.
I think he's just looking for high gold though, so he might.
As I just got some from the ground reporting for me here. Both Fred Bird and Jesse Carpenter won in the first round, or run in the top 16, bringing them into the top 8 at U.S. Nationals.
The people's champion, Jesse Carpenter.
Jesse Carpenter, man. So, that, all right. All right, I think Bohan's pretty confident, but, is Matt in a tough spot here. I'm super impressed by the way Bohan navigated that challenges phase. Very impressive.
Yeah. Breaking Ties is a good card.
Indeed. We're definitely seeing reasons to play Alliance and reasons to play Breaking Ties being shown in this game. So this is definitely one of the best games that we've had the privilege to watch this this U.S. Nationals. All right. Oof. Matt's got that the quiver of a man who knows he's in trouble. No, you win or you die. Oh.
What?
Okay.
I guess he's not running Marched either.
He might be running Marched. I mean, going first. I mean, he's gonna be able to push past Robert. And he doesn't get the +1 because there's still that milk on what's his name? Hizdar. So there's a Dupa Hizdar. Yep. Another Viscerus. We know, so there's probably a Second Sons coming out of the discard pile. So what does Bohan? What has he got in there? What action does he have? I mean, he's looking at next plots. Ooh, the lack of March definitely makes the situation a little bit more precarious than we thought. Okay, a dupe on Quotho. Okay. So all those cards are going into the discard pile at the end of the turn. So, well, one's a Second Son, so that means he'll have 3 Second Sons in the discard pile. 2, okay. 3. Dragon? Nope. Oh, he's just playing the Second Son. Alright. Just playing that Second Sons out, so he'll have 2 in the challenges phase.
They're big boys. Definitely win some challenges with those.
They definitely help you go over Robert.
He's got another Hizdar dupe in his hand.
And of course, Hizdar's a king as well, so he doesn't even need to play the king attachment. And then he's marining now. Risky. I don't
I
know if
would
that.
rather just hope for burn,
Nope.
but he's going for it. Just
Let's see.
wanting to play characters.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. There's a crown of gold. Do you crown of gold? Right? Is that a crown of gold?
I think that's a banger thing. It's hard to tell. See, he has a flea bottom.
He's looking. Hmm. I mean, the problem is if you crown, if you. Oh no, that's a queen's guard. Is what that is.
Oh,
Queen's guard on what? Quotho would be pretty good.
yeah, pretty decent.
And it still does not make any sense to me. The second Sons is not unique, by the way. Since I'm on, yep, Quotho. Yeah, and that's why Bohan double checked his hand to see if he's got fodder for it, and he's got the one. Yeah, dupe on flea bottom is pretty good. Sit on one. Yep.
It's a mercenary company. There's lots of second sons going around.
That's true.
Don't,
That's true.
don't worry about it. Don't question.
Card would be a lot more balanced.
Yeah, but we're not. We don't play this game for balance. We
No.
play this game for to kneel flea bottom and make people sad.
Yes, Platt, I do agree. Wausau is the nut. Rabs, I do actually think that Bohan did a good job navigating that. Breaking Ties is busted. Louise designed a busted card, but it definitely was Bohan who saw the exact lines, I think, to get him here. But the fact that there was no marched, ugh, it still is paining me right now.
Yeah, no marsh in a Targ deck is pretty baffling to me. But
Or Targ with burn,
he's
let's
in,
be.
he's in the top 16, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna question it too much.
oh no, it's a great deck.
We can see if Matt can actually recover. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Randall helps, but
Randall with a dupe. That's good.
it's good, but I mean, a lot of these Barrel Alliance decks are not running.
If he can get a knighted
Yeah,
on
knighted. I think he has a knighted. No, he discarded the knighted, right? He cycled it.
yeah.
So
Yes, he did.
and he does have some attachments that he can cycle, but he's gonna have to wait all the way into his opponent's. He's gonna have to weather what his opponent does before he's gonna be able to cycle anything. And I don't think he has any strength pumps on board except for knights. So, oh, he's got the king. So he's got to play this, I think, to cycle it. But that's painful.
Yeah.
I see an
he
Oathbringer or Oathkeeper. Oathbringer. Okay, so he's playing that for one, and of course, all right, drink. If Bohan was a loyal Second Sons watcher, he would definitely know what that card does. That's Sandy Barnabas' favorite card. Oathkeeper. All right, and he's checking that. So
That
it
was
wasn't.
right. It was a crown of gold.
It was a crown of gold. So Daryl Weber just lost in the top, so he will not be moving on to the top 8. I don't know who his opponent was. It was one of the people in Stark Crossing. Good run for Daryl, though. All right.
Yeah.
Bohan's in full Sith Lord Wisconsin mode with the hood up. He would. That's how you know that he's got to think a lot. Jake Platt does the same thing. Yeah, I know he's in chat, so you can hear it.
He could be, in fact, the Senate.
I mean, what Bohan would have really loved to see this turn is Plaza, I think.
Well, yeah. Stand would be nice.
That's unopposed. Intrigue. Yep. Well, he's got stand for just for one character.
Yeah, I feel like you'd want to keep that second Suns keep going up, but he is in a very good position right now.
Extremely good position. All right.
Double up on the second Suns.
Yeah, lots of second sons, lots of good stuff.
When you have triple the character count, seems pretty good.
Chucking a Quotho to stand Quotho. I love it.
Damn, that's incestuous.
All right.
That's a
All right. Oof.
that's a big one.
And that's what, Mill?
Yes.
Yeah. Coming strong.
17 strength mill.
Robert can't do much there. That's an unopposed. Taking the double dupes. I mean, if Bohan has Margulis, next turn's pretty good too.
I really don't think he does.
Because what does he? What does he
I
lose?
don't think you would want to Margulis into when you have no cards in hand after this turn.
But doesn't he? Maybe he won't. Yeah, he can't just win it, right? I don't see Margulis in there, so I see a king in the north, though. All right. So the question is power. Currently, there's no stand available to except for the pavilions, but Randall is not a knight, so currently there's no stand available. But he does have to worry about that king in the north.
How many cards would he get off King in the North?
4, I think.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. All right, so Randall, did Bohan pass, I assume?
Yes.
Yep. And then
Thinking he's gonna Queen's Guard.
to oppose, Queen's Guard the dupe, stand and oppose. And so there's no win by 5, but he can He can cycle. All right, so what's he gonna cycle for here? Bodyguard, maybe? What's he got? What's he got left? I guess Knighted would be good here, because you get to stand Randall.
Yeah, Knighted would be good.
Does he have it left? What does he got in there? He's checking. Do I see a Knighted? Yep, there it
Yep.
is. Top of the deck. Okay, so Knighted, trigger, stand. Yep. So I think that's his last Knighted, probably. I can't imagine he's running 3. Nope. We saw a little bit of a stutter there. All right. I'm going to just double check the standings here so we can give you some updates. Tom McKenzie and James Booker have both lost their rounds. And we still have this. Other games have not been reported, but I do know that Daryl Weber was beaten by Dustin Archer from a personal report that I got. But many people are still alive. Oh, are they doing the math? So this, I assume, is power. I don't think Bohan can stop. Can he stop the Honeywine trigger? With the team block? He's counting. I don't think so. You're better at the quick math, Matt.
So he's blocking with Missandei, Danny, and Hisdar. So he's at... No, he's not. He's going to win by 5 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ignoring Wasa in the chat about the proper etiquette of what direction your card should be facing.
I have to stand with Wasa on this. It is pretty disgusting.
All right, he's sacking there.
It's gonna...
Does he have another? Does he have another Knighted? He just needs something that'll give him +1 strength to stand him and win Dom. Does he have it?
See how he attachments left.
He had one. He had the
Yeah.
Jousting Lance. Oh, he's got the the Oathkeeper there. And trigger Randall, stand, win Dom. Yep. So that means he's at, what is that, 8? He's at 10? Or is that 11? Is there
9, 10, 11, 12,
11.
13 now.
12, 13 now. All right. So Bohan punished for not having marched. Chuck the stand to make him well, not even, because he still has the +1 strength from. But I mean, he's losing the card anyway, right? So those guys go away. I mean, I don't know what Bohan does here. Without a Valor.
It looks pretty good for him until he dropped 2 dupes.
Yep. So what has Bohan got for us here? I mean, again, Morghulis would be fun. Morghulis, I think, might seal the game. Of course, we don't know what's on Matt's. So that's exchange. Okay. Exchange into Matt's own winner you die. Oh, I don't think Bohan will be able to survive this.
No. The Robert Randall team. It's too strong.
Yeah. Okay. Khal Drogo, Dragon. Power Claim Girl, Miss Sandy Dupe, and DDoS. Given Beggar King. No locations, so Bohan's like deck is probably like all characters at this point. All
Yeah.
right.
That's why you don't run the exchange, boys and girls.
Exchange is good in exactly one deck,
Yes.
in our experience. All right. Yeah, Bohan has like no cards in that deck. He might just need to take the man's way if it's close and just deck himself. All right. Bohan does have a fistful of cards again. Did Matt draw off King in the north last turn?
How many cards does he have? Doesn't look like he has that many.
He did, says Becker in chat. Okay. Thanks, Sean. All right.
Matt is not confident in his ability to not screw up, apparently.
He is not. I mean, he has what? Bastard, right?
Yeah, he is. No, I think Night Song got intrigued from his hand.
Oh, it did? Okay. So, I mean, if he doesn't have any characters, he might not be able to win. But he's got to have characters, right? His deck is empty of attachments. There's like literally, I mean, the only dead draw would be like if his runner is like limited Jousting Pavilion or something.
Yeah, but Lion needs to see some burn this turn.
No, there's some characters in there. I see a Milk. That will help.
Got a bodyguard. It's got a Garland in there.
I think that is a Garland.
I think that's bad news for Bohan.
Yep. You gonna
Yeah.
does he bestow?
I would just bestow him.
But at least bestow one, right? So you get the free Randall stand there.
Mm-hmm. Or just bestow 3.
Yeah, I mean we don't know if he's got a 2-drop there. Yeah. He's going with the Huntress there. That basically, and then a Milk. So, did he need to milk Danny there? Do you think?
It's just extra
Just
security.
All right, so we see Dragon.
Oh, that beautiful
Dragon,
Missandei
Missandei.
dupe for my exchange. What a great plot.
And there we go. All right, Dragon out. I don't think Dracarys can save him here, though. Does he have enough power icons?
Oh,
Alright.
he finally gets the
Renown.
renown.
The Renowned Handmaiden. But the Renowned Handmaiden doesn't do much when you're only Lord... Because it's Lord or Lady, right? Not King. So Hisdar is not... Can't get it.
Yep.
Alright, and just swing for the power, right? Pump. Here and there. Gross. Trigger Marine. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And the scoop. Well played on Bohan's part, but the fact that he didn't have Marched punished him there.
Yeah.
I would say that was actually one of the most impressively navigated games that we've had so far on stream here. Good games to Bohan. The Wausau Dream, I believe, is sadly dead for this U.S. Nationals because Ryan Leonard was eliminated in the previous round. But good run on Bohan. Congratulations to Matt Phillips, who continues to show the Cohor is a very strong agenda, and that Alliance and Baratheon is very much alive. So those of you who are trying to follow along with the Bara Dream, stay tuned to U.S. Nationals. But Matt and I are going to take a break until the next round begins, which should be relatively soon. But we will leave you with the current standings for the tournament and who is live for your viewing pleasure. So we'll be back in just a little bit. See you soon. Hi, everybody. I apologize. I was off, but again, this is Roy Rogers from the White Book and the Second Sons. Yep, I do believe that is Fred there. I, if he leans forward just a little bit, it would be much easier. So anyway, I'm Roy Rogers, and from the Second Sons and the White Book, back again for the top eight of U.S. Nationals. Let's see. Can we see if it's Fred there? Not helping us by taking a look at his phone. But Fred was in the top eight of Gen Con last year, so I would imagine that's him. But we don't know we can check real quick who his opponent would be. If that is Fred, it would be AJ Valle. So it will be Stark versus Martel if we have them on here. So Stark Fealty, piloted by AJ Valle, versus Martel Wars to Come by Fred Bird. Who do you think's got the advantage there, Matt?
So if the Martel sees Intimidate early, then I think the Martel can just grind out the game until they get their Doran's games off. But the Star Crossing, I think if it starts strong, it can just blast through whatever the Martel does.
Absolutely.
I'm favoring the Stark.
It is, yes, a feature of my commentary. I'm not the best person with OBS. I apologize that sometimes I turn on and turn off the wrong things. They're not in a logical order either way, the way I have OBS set up, and I don't want to move it around without losing everything. So this is the thing when you have a person who is not at all trained in media technology trying to do media technology. But we'll continue to muddle through. That's why it's budget commentary. Versus the high octane when they have professionals like Buzz do it. All right, so Fred's sitting there checking Facebook.
Just a degenerate on the AGOT group right now.
Well, then it's got to be Fred, right? Like he earned in the Revolution the coffee cup of spammer. Which is any memers. You should know this, Matt. That is any memer's dream to earn that coffee cup. All right, so we're waiting for the round to start. Let's jump and take a little bit of a quick look while they're waiting on the statistics from this tournament so far. Let me make sure I refresh it to see that we're going here. So far, Stark, Night's Watch, and Martel have been performing the best, but we've got Tyrell here doing bringing up the bandwagon. And Baratheon, the one Baratheon player, continues to do pretty well today.
The Stag Dream is still alive.
The Stag Dream is still alive. Oh yeah, it's definitely Fred because he has the Bolton tokens from. Yeah. So.
I think I just fell in love. Bolton tokens.
Bolton tokens. So going in and continuing to think about what's here in the top 8, Matt. We have let's see. 2 Stark Crossings, or is it just one? 1 Stark Crossing, 1 Martel Wars to Come, 1 Night's Watch Lord of the Crossing, 1 Stark Fealty, 1 Tyrell Banner of the Dragon, 1 Builders, 1 Drown God, and of course Matt Phillips bringing up the rear at 8th place with his Barra Alliance deck. So what do you think of this top 8?
I think it's showing that the meta is actually developing past Gen Con, which is a good thing. It's not all Wars to Come garbo that people were complaining about for the past month. It's some new stuff is coming through the pipe and making cuts. Like Drown God has survived its cudgel FAQ. We have a barrel list in the top 8, which is a good sign.
I think the last time a barrel list made the top 8 in North America was at Canadian Nationals last year when you piloted it.
This is actually a new Barrow list where it's not just like the Corset Barrow with a few new cards. It's actually something new, which is a good thing.
So I definitely think that probably most people at home are cheering for Matt Phillips to continue his run deeper into the tournament. But yep, that's definitely AJ now that I've seen the face. So we have AJ on the right over there on his King's Landing regional mat versus Fred Bird on the left with his Gen Con 2017 top 8, Matt. That, of course, was the Gen Con that AJ was in the finals versus Alex Black. So we have two really good players. Those of you who have followed AJ's career should be surprised that he's not playing Martel himself. Both AJ's previous success at Big Thrones tournaments has been with Martel. So he must really think that Stark Fealty is in a good place. If you watched the stream yesterday, we had AJ on before. AJ's Stark Fealty list is a little bit different than other people's. It's running ices. It's more of a tempo game. It's got the plot in it. The Stark Wardens of the North plot in it. It is much closer to the kind of deck that won Stolic in 2016 when Florian won. Much closer to those more traditional Stark lists. Running, of course, new cards like Wyman and things like that, but much closer to that than the rushier builds that have also been having success today and yesterday.
Yeah, it's a classic Stark. It's not this Eddard renowned garbage. Is actually, classic removal. Plays the game. Doesn't just kneel your card sideways.
So Andrew's saying that AJ won a regional earlier this year with Stark, so I apologize. I still think AJ is more of a Martel player than a Stark player, considering he also famously overpaid for Martel as a king at Jesse's Name Day tournament this past year. But anyway, let's see. AJ's burning up his cards here. Some good shuffling. That's some great riffle shuffling there. That's like
Respect.
That's some pro Magic level
It's
riffle
table
shuffling.
now.
Oh, there we go.
This guy going for the true randomization.
Yeah. So, all right.
Oh shit.
All right. So Matt, who do you think's gonna win? Stark or Martel? Uh-oh. Did we lose Matt?
A second.
Sure. All right. So I believe we're still shuffling up here. You only need 7 good riffle shuffles.
Oh, did I lose you?
Nope, I'm here, Matt. All right. While Matt is solving his connection issues, we are going to keep watching the game. All right. Still with the riffle. The riffle. All right. All right. So Matt's back. So what? Oh, I can hear myself. Matt, are you?
Are we good now?
Yeah, you're good now. Okay. So Matt, who do you think's gonna win?
I'm favoring the Stark right now. I feel like if he has a good enough start, Fred can just get rolled over by the crossing and all the renown that Stark has. Oh no, yeah, it's actually Fealty. Sorry, I'm just so. So it's actually, yeah, I still think it's Stark. I think Stark has the answers. They can lock down that intrigue challenge if they get the right pieces, stop them from ever getting off. Yeah, there's a Winterfall in the hand.
The Winterfell is much good. So AJ, so just to give a history of AJ in this tournament, AJ lost to Alejandro, who was playing Stark Wars in yesterday. So, but I think AJ is probably pretty happy keeping that Winterfell, which basically means your deck's primary game plan is not going to function. Nice to see you too, AJ. So I'm actually going to say that going in there, he's saying the Stark Fealty is the right call. I think that he's going to win this one. I think he is favored, particularly with the Winterfell there. That just basically means that short of a Nightmares, Fred's win condition is going to be turned off for much of the game. And that +1 strength is very helpful because Martel Wars is much more challenge focused than like a Martel Wolf or something like that, where strength can matter, particularly when you're going to be competing with the big Intimidate armies and other things like that. So.
Yeah, as long as he has Winterfell out and Fred doesn't have a winter plot or he hasn't played Nightmares, he's pretty safe.
I don't think Fred's list is playing a winter plot, so it's gonna just be the Nightmares. Begging Brother's pretty good though. All right. So Fred's setup is Water Gardens, Dorn, and a Greenblood Trader. Two, all locations, double two-drop Econ, Winterfell, and the Stark Reducer location.
Wow.
Whoa. So
That,
basically, oh, go ahead, Matt.
that is a lot of economy to start out with,
Yeah.
and with the Winterfell, it's gonna be pretty damn good.
So basically, AJ is saying to Fred, I'm going to go long game with you. So you've got the card value. I'm going to have the econ value. And I think for Stark, the econ value is much more important than the card value because of the addition of Wyman. So if Stark can keep its econ base solid, I think it can just grind this Martell player into dust.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. So he's like the Martell deck doesn't have like besides its Doran's game, it has no secure way of winning fast. So just starting off slow like this, where you're just dropping economy, not having characters on the board, it's a safe assumption that he's just there's no blowout turn one or turn two with Fred's deck. So starting off like this is a very safe and smart move.
Yeah, I'm sure Fred's pretty happy to still set up Dorn. Uh, that saves him having to do the tempo play of getting it out there later in the game. But let's see, what are we gonna have come down here? All right, for Rob, for two.
It's got cat in hand as well. So
That's also another great tool against this deck. And I see Wyman as well. But he does need to be careful about overextending. Catelyn. Four. All right. And then does he got a dupe on Catelyn? Okay. I mean, so the read is also going to be for AJ that most of these Martell Wars decks don't run Marched because they're focused on that tempo game, and like getting you to zero isn't really something that they are good at consistently. So being able to have a slow character start like this isn't going to necessarily be as punishing as it would be against a traditional Martell deck.
yeah, exactly. The likelihood that Fred is running March is extremely low, because he just doesn't play that game. The only time he's going to push you to zero is probably if he's running a VM.
Yep. And right now he's safe from VM. And let's see. Let's look at Fred's hand here. I see a Milk of Begging Bro. What else? Nope. He's taking
He's got Prince's Plans. He's got
a plot cancel.
Scott Levine's favorite card in the game is also in his hand, the Plot Cancel.
Scott does hate that card. It also Glazer hates that card. Okay, Milk on Rob for one, and pass. All right. I mean, both players. I mean, basically, Fred is saying to AJ, "Do you want to give me more cards and more gold?" And the question is it worth it for AJ to do that here?
Yeah. It's
I don't think it's worth it for him. Is he passing? Nope, he's going it. Okay. He's doing probably a mill challenge with the Winterfell trigger.
yeah.
All right, but he does. That means he doesn't get the gold or a card. So,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, Catelyn will also shut down the gold and the card as well. So,
Yeah, this is a pretty safe option. Winter is coming. Get those cards out of your hand, Fred.
so Winter's coming here really does punish Fred.
Oh, you got
Oh,
the secret schemes.
oh,
And
yeah.
just his plans, I think.
I mean, the Prince's plans, but he would be fine if he could trigger it, but he can't thanks to Catelyn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So good
Yeah, it was
first
a
turn
good
for
turn.
AJ. And I think he's doing Doran. Doran into, is that a trade routes?
Uh, is that a trade routes?
And is he going to cancel it? I think he's going to. Yep, he's doing his own trade routes. Trigger here. And then he's going to cancel AJ's, I assume. Which is, I mean, it's still what? 4 gold? But it's still pretty punishing for, yep, cancel AJ's.
I think AJ's fine with that.
I think he's fine with it. Draw two.
Just not.
Does, okay. Get 1 gold.
Oh yeah, another schemes in hand.
Okay, I think he top decked the schemes.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Oh, so this version is playing big Arion. Interesting.
It's a good answer against Stark if you can get the pump. Get that Catelyn away from there.
All right. So Fred is also saying I'm going to play the long game here.
Getting the econ.
So the question is, so I see that he's got the Intimidate army. That's pretty good, and that gets through a Winterfell or a cat because it's a keyword.
Mm.
He still probably wants to go a little. Does he want to go a little wider? Does he have any ambush in his hand? I mean, just look at how crazy the econ, by the way, that AJ
Yeah.
has. Okay, so that's the draw 2 guy. 1, 2. That's a, what is it, House Mormont Scout? Is that what it's called?
Uh, I think it's House Man. Is it Manderley?
Manderley Scout? Very good. AJ's just up on cards.
Up on gold.
Up on gold.
Good.
Feeling good. I think Fred might still have one Prince's Plan in his hand. I mean, and AJ's got the economy going. Oh, that Ramsey. Oof. You think he's going to come down here?
Um.
But I guess you don't want to sack the discard guy, right? Or the draw guy. Or you could sack Ramsey himself.
Yeah, you can sack Ramsey yourself.
Get
Yeah, I
Fred.
think if he has two military icons out, so just play that, then swing back with Mill with whichever military guy's standing and get
Nope,
rid of that. I mean,
he's sitting on it.
oh wow.
All right. I mean, AJ's made it all the way to the top 16 here, or top 8 rather here, so I'm going to trust his instincts here, but intrigue, is he going to burn Cat here? I mean, he does have the stand and plenty of it. I think he has all 3 of the non-limited locations.
Yeah.
And he's just denying Fred cards left and right, but not the good left and right.
Oh, the legends are not out.
And then Mill with everybody? Nope. Mill here. And Winterfelling. And he blocks. Maybe does he have another winner is coming here? Nope. But he Winterfelled as well, so it wouldn't do anything. Couldn't do it. All right. Stand on Catelyn. Coming for an intrigue, I assume.
Oh, he's going for the hand again.
Oh, he's going for the hand again. Pulling 2, getting the begging bro and Arion, putting Fred down to 1. And Fred just continues to not be able to recycle his stuff.
It is looking bad.
Yep. But he can get a Prince's Plan now. And take a look. Okay. He's probably going to go for the House Day Knight there. Not looking good. I mean, that milk on Rob definitely has saved Fred here. but it's still pretty brutal.
It's 5-0 right now.
Yes, Aaron, Fred is sadly getting his ass kicked here. 5-0. I mean, Alejandro did manage to beat AJ from a similar position, but of course AJ didn't have Winterfell then. All right, so we
And
have
he
the
riddles into a Wardens of the North.
North. Oof.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Venomous Blade isn't gonna do much in this board. That is like a 10 million gold Wardens there.
Hmm.
AJ has all the action. There's the dupe on Winterfell. I mean, unless AJ's hand is nothing but economy locations. I mean, so do you play the Ramsey here? Looks like no.
I wouldn't be a bad play. Just get rid of that army. You don't have to worry about it ever again. Well, until he plays another one.
I mean, but that's just such a tempo hit for Fred. Wyman, okay. And is he going to sit again? Nope, there's the Ramsey. Yeah. Sacking there, willingly discarding 2 cards. Oh, and just discarding Econ he doesn't need. And trigger to draw a card. So,
That's good.
yeah. Yeah, I do not believe Fred has very much action against this at all.
He got his pieces to answer Fred's deck basically first turn. So it is looking pretty bad for Fred.
Yeah. Very, very well played by AJ so far here. He knew what he needed. Okay. I mean, Fred was able to rebuild his board. He's got a Prince's Plan there, which he's going to probably want to put as a pre-challenge action. But I don't think he has the 2 gold. Oh no, he's going to Water Gardens. You got to do it as a pre-challenge action here, I think. Because Winterfell and Cat are going to just be limiting your options very quickly. And as we see there, of course, Quentin is online this round.
Yeah, he would be a pretty bad top deck if he didn't have that behest.
So what do you make? Do you make Quint a Tricon? And say maybe you can hold back a power challenge? Nope, he's going to make the Housedane Knight. I assume a Tricon. And he gets what, +4 strength? Or +3?
Well, I think it's +3.
+3? So the question I see here is, was it worth it for Fred to cancel that trade routes?
It, alternatively, he would have had, what, like 8 more gold?
Yeah?
So I think Fred made the right call, but at the same time, it was kind of inconsequential. He's rolling in the dough already.
Would it have been better for Fred to have flipped into Riddle instead of his own trade routes?
I don't know if Fred.
Then Fred would
Yes,
have.
yes, it would have been, but I don't know if Fred could expect that he would flip into a trade routes this early. It's not an obvious play that he's not trying to recover or anything like that.
Yep. All right. Rob's coming in for the mill with Winterfell. Fred's got his frustrated body language there. Mill block. And claim. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Passing to Fred. And Fred's going to swing power here. Or that might be mill. There's one more stand available to... Right? Or two more stands
That's power.
of his power.
Mm-hmm.
Block. Okay, cool. Power. And he's going to trigger there.
6. Yep.
Oof.
Gets economy.
Which he doesn't need. And then that's
A mill.
a mill. Or it could be an intrigue because he could be a Tricon. The way AJ's looking at his hand tells me it might be an intrigue.
Oh, so apparently it was last turn. It was false spring. It didn't reveal
Oh, it
triggers.
was false spring. Okay.
It's hard to tell with all that glare.
It is very hard to tell with all that glare. So what's the challenge here? Well, it's got to be, that had to have been an intrigue challenge. And Ricasso or Garrus. All right. So that's Dom to Fred.
Put a power on his house card so he can take it next turn.
And slowly but steadily, we've got AJ winning this game.
Yeah, it is not looking too positive for the old Martel.
The false spring tech is very nice for AJ. So AJ is, I think, marching. Is he looking at the march there? I see Valardo Harris. Is that a spikes or breaking ties? It's hard to see. So that's breaking ties. Valardo Harris. I don't know what those other two. Kid plot and one other plot I can't quite make out. And then Fred is pretty confident in his plot. Wait, Summer Feast into, is that Doharis? What is that? I can't. It might be breaking ties. That lets him go first if he wants. Make Fred first. Made Fred first. All right.
Yeah, it looks like breaking ties.
Yep. Now that the glare has been taken away by AJ's hand, we can see that it is breaking ties.
As Platt says, Louise strikes again.
He does. All right. Well, Fred has the Doran's game and the Ricasso. But nothing else. And AJ has all the dollars.
I know Sansa married a Lannister, but this is ridiculous.
And the ability, okay. Draw.
Just draw some cards.
And we see Sansa and some other card. Sansa is great on the Breaking Ties turn here. Pop Ricasso back to hand. Pop Quint back to hand. Flea Bottom. Oof. Well, currently nothing, but Sansa's about to come. I'm imagine Sansa is about to come out here.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, Sansa? I mean, guess you could sack the draw two guy too if you wanted to. No. Oh, okay, Grey Wind. And then sitting on one. So I guess his goal, I mean, maybe he just doesn't care.
Uh-huh.
All right. Not bad. So we got a Tricon boy back again. Thank you for marking that, Fred. We here on the stream team really appreciate that. That he's a Tricon. My guesswork has got like I think a 30% success rate here so far over the course of
It's
2 days. Uh,
quickly dwindling.
all right, Fred. I don't know what Fred does here. Okay, he's swinging for. What do you think he's swinging for here? Intrigue?
Intrigue, most likely.
Oh, shouldn't AJ's econ locations be kneeling? He's used one, at least one, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he used one. Because he double used cat one round.
Before the Wyman machine started. Okay, cat dupe. Nothing of use.
Yeah. I think he just Wymans the Umber guy, then to put Sansa in its discard pile to Breaking Ties someone.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. He's coming back. Intrigue. I'm assuming. And sadly, we just found out that Jesse Carpenter lost to Dustin Archer. So Jesse is out, and Dustin, excuse me, Archer pushes on into the top four.
The People's Champion has fallen.
Has fallen, but good run for Jesse.
Yeah, congrats, Jesse. And congrats, Dustin.
We'll probably be seeing Dustin next round. Kills there. And there's really just, I mean, Fred needs something here.
It's like watching someone bleed out on the sidewalk right now.
Oh, that's right. You grew up in Thunder Bay. You probably saw that a lot.
It's a common sight in my hometown.
All right. The best news so far today. All of Jake Platt's bets are out, so Platt is down a significant amount of money to Reese from the UK.
It never pays to be a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, but you know it's Wausau, so hundreds of dollars exchange hands constantly with them.
That's true.
All right. What are we gonna see here?
BD
BD
gets
to marched. All right. I mean,
Keeps Cat and Wyman, I guess.
Cat Wyman's pretty good. I mean, he's gonna go first. Have his plot go off first. Yeah. And discards those two cards. And yep, you called it exactly, Maddie. All right. I have to send a message real quick. I will be right back. So Matt.
I will carry on without Roy. So, collecting gold here. Yeah, it looks pretty good for AJ right now. I cannot see anything that Fred can do to come back from this. Oy. Yeah, that's a bingo right there.
Yep.
He plays the Frozen Solid on the Water Gardens.
So his
Puts up
econ is
vanilla.
choked. No military icons right now. Oh, I can hear myself again, Matt. Um, no military icons though. And Arya Hota.
Yeah. Marshalling Hota. It's about time.
It's about time, yeah. I don't think he's got the situation where he can ambush Hota for tricks at this point. And he's looking at the discard pile. Still no flea bottom, but maybe. I mean, a lot of the Wars to Come builds don't have flea bottoms. So, um, who's coming out here? Do we got Draw Guy? AJ is just does not care, and he's got his military icon now.
Yeah, he's swimming in riches
Ooh,
right now.
and there's that put to the sword with the trigger. And dead. Oof.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed. I mean, this is painful. This is probably one of the more one-sided long games that we've seen this weekend here at U.S. Nationals. Poor Fred.
He is drowning in misery right now.
But it's a very good run to make it all the way to the top 8 at a very competitive field of U.S. Nationals. I believe Fred was also 6-1 going into the day. So.
That's the problem with single elimination.
Yep.
But he did well today.
And Platt and Chris both in the chat are right here that sometimes you do just have to remind your opponent that they've been dead since turn 1 on turn 10. All right, so he gets two of those back. Takes a look here. He's got takes the in Doran's name, part of the interchangeable Doran X suite of cards. And what do we got here? All right, coming in there with Catelyn. Another unopposed challenge. Okay, not really a big loss for Fred. I truly do not know.
In a stream of losses, this is a minor one.
This is a minor one. Fred's had a great year. Big breakout performances at Gen Con, winning the San Diego Regional. But it looks like AJ is the one who is going to be able to proceed at US Nats here. All right, so because AJ is at, what, 11?
11-0.
Wolf Plot and
Littlefinger's
meddling. Which is a bit of a flex plot in these Martell Wars builds. You don't always see it. The one that won Gen Con was playing it, though. And he gets another Grey Wind. Well, the Grey Wind that he put at the bottom of the deck previously. Doesn't get to come into play, though.
Hungry.
Yeah, the best boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got some draw going on.
Hey, there we go. All right.
See if Fred can draw some magic here.
He's going to need to draw some heck of a lot of magic. Yeah, okay. Ricasso dupe, that helps. And, I mean, it's a ton of cards. Okay. I mean, there's some good cards in there.
Yeah, it's not enough to come back. With Wyman, Cad, Winterfell.
No more Ghoulis to help you catch up, but and dupes anyway on there. We still haven't seen AJ's reset come out. I mean AJ. I mean the question is, I don't. The game we watched with AJ did not go to this many plots, so we don't know. Ward, oh man, that is just insult to injury.
In the knife.
Oof.
I hope AJ gets a lot of value of that extra to use plots in his plot pile.
Oof. He he definitely will. Hey, it has counter synergy with Great John.
That's true. Could be a huge mistake on on AJ's part.
And there's that the good boy. I don't think there's a huge amount of stuff that he can munch without Rob right now, but oof.
He claims so. He does play. It doesn't look like Fred has any.
Hey, Fred doesn't have any that I think can get
But
munched.
the Intimidate is awfully spicy.
It is very very spicy. Hopefully this is where you put the Dawn then. Okay, we'll lose the challenge return and attachment. That's pretty good. Yep, Dawn goes on there. We can't afford the army. He's already knelt his faction card for the draw, so the Doran's name doesn't do anything. Oh, oh, there's a target. There's Greywind fodder. Munch munch.
Nom nom nom. Cookie Monster is hungry.
Okay, he takes the more expensive guy. I mean, still no renown on AJ's part. So I mean, but the problem with Catelyn out, that Maester's reaction is not going to be doing anything to return that ward to AJ's hand unless AJ gets dumb and does something he shouldn't, which I don't think he will. AJ's played this game very cleanly.
Be awfully embarrassing if you screwed this up now.
Munch, yep, doesn't really care so much about the military icon, and he can get it back. He can get one with Flea Bottom anyway. No, he can't because no, he sacked him with Wyman, right? So the draw guy's back in the discard pile, right? Um, so Jess is out though, but Jim Hansen beat Jess Thompson, continuing his meteoric climb, playing a Night's Watch Rush deck that we might be able to see on stream next.
I bet she didn't see that in the Flames.
She did not. Well, she might have, because Jim's very good, and he's a good Rush player, and Rush can catch builders. And we saw that yesterday when Jess lost to Rush on stream.
Yeah, I hear those slow wall decks don't handle winning turn 2 very well.
I mean, you got to see the double Craven land.
It's true.
All right. I mean, those Princess plans are pretty good on this turn, though. He's got to do it first, though, right?
Yeah. If he was going to do it, he would do it in between challenges.
All right, so it's an intrigue challenge, maybe? Or no, power challenge. Yep. Unopposed. All right, so now Fred's got to fire those guys off, right? So Winterfell is down, so that means that just Cat is his only way of stopping him from doing stuff. There's a Rob in his hand. Is that all 3 Prince's plans?
Yeah, not exactly what you need when you're down.
I mean, but he's choosing to not do them before Cat goes into the challenge. Okay.
Now, AJ does have a stand still, so it's not like he's going to get a Doran's game off.
Block. Ugh. So sad. Okay, not a big loss for Fred. It's probably one of the better cards for him to get intrigued away. So the question is, AJ has 1 plot left as far as I can tell, right? So what is his last plot?
Probably a reset.
What, Dohaeris is what we're thinking?
Probably Dohaeris.
Okay. That's going to be
Going for the power swing.
power swing. I mean, yeah, he does have the stand left, so no, there's going to be no Doran's game shenanigans, most like. So you just need to get the power off AJ's house.
Yeah, he is a very big boy with the Intimidate.
So he's coming out with Hodor. To block the power, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just to oppose it.
Alright. Because he wants to win Dom here. Loses one. Fred gets one. Intimidates Sansa. And
Oh, with the
nothing.
humanity.
And goes under. Or is he's sacking with Wyman.
Hmm.
Draw. And all right. So what is AJ's reset? Probably Dohaeris, right?
Well, let's see if we can sneak a peek. Maybe he's not running a reset,
He
according
might
to
not.
chat.
No reset. Ooh. All right. Spicy.
It's not. Oh,
Oh,
it's Dohaeris.
it's Dohaeris. Okay. Dohaeris into trade routes. Okay. Not bad. So he's going to throw Ricasso under
Keep cat.
Fred's deck.
Why?
Keep Cat and Wyman, with Rob sitting waiting for them. Now, okay, so AJ is at what? Does that 12?
Yes.
All right. So if there's going to be a turn for Fred to flip it, now's the turn. Fred needs. Okay. I mean, you see that we got Ariane.
Ariane needs Prince's plans to be able to bounce anyone though.
Well, he's
Except the Winterfell strength.
yeah. Or I guess Venomous Blade too, right?
Yeah, Venomous Blade as well.
Well, no, Venomous Blade wouldn't help him because Rob would be 6.
Well, but Cat's only 5, and Ariane is 5 strength, so she had Venomous Blade. Ariane would be 6.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's gonna be able to shut Catelyn off from shutting the intrigue challenge off. But because
Well, she has a dupe, so it's really only gonna strip a dupe off of her if he does it that way.
no, it just removes. Oh, that's the stealth one, right? Or is that the return to hand one?
Oh, for Darkstar.
I think that's the Dark Star that stealths and takes an icon. I could be wrong. I think that's the cycle one. And then, yeah, Ricasso. And what's he going to sit here? He knows he's not running Morgula, so he sits.
That Darkstar stealth strips an icon when they stealth someone
Yeah,
out.
so that's the right Dark Star. All right, that was cool. Yeah, so he could take Catelyn's intrigue icon, but I mean, at the same time, Winterfell's there, and no winter plots. He has the opposite of a winter plot. All right, reduce here.
Summerlin.
Reduce there for Rob. Yep, Rob.
AJ just pouring salt in the wounds.
I mean, Fred had to expect that. Still none of the other renowned boys coming to the yard here, though. Reduce. Oh,
Puppy Brand.
Puppy Brand, but we just lost Greywind. No Direwolf pup sitting in there, sadly. And no Summer. All right, so we've got, as first player, he gets first reaction, take away Catelyn's. Is that power or intrigue that he took away? Intrigue. Okay. And then is he going to trigger Winterfell? Come on. He gets the opportunity to trigger Winterfell now. Is that
Why
a
is he thinking about this?
no? He wants to. I think he's trying to think like, what's the chance of him having a Doran's game here? I mean, at the end of the day, like, what? How much power would Fred get?
9 power
9 power.
off one challenge.
Hashtag balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think you windmill slam Winterfell down here, right?
Oh, he's doing a military. That's
Oh, it's
why.
military. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's doing intrigue.
I mean, I was
Yeah. Okay.
okay. So
Never mind.
no.
He's doing a military.
Okay, he is doing military. Okay.
Doesn't have any fleet bomb targets, I don't think. Oh, he's Hodor.
I mean, his Hodor's defense. Well, and Hodor would win.
Yep.
Okay, here comes the Hodor. Hodor's gonna block. I guess if it was a military challenge, he's gonna block it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wins. And no Winterfell trigger, but he is gonna trigger there. Take, I assume, the whatever. I think it was a character of some kind. Okay, and he's gonna pay a gold to get a prince's plan back. All right.
Yeah. I think AJ just wins this turn.
He definitely just wins this turn. I mean, Cat doesn't have an intrigue icon, right? So
Well, he has the Rob power because he can challenge twice with Rob, unless he has a nightmares. Because he can sack Hodor after Rob's challenge to stand his whole board back out.
yeah. So if Fred, what can Fred do here? So Fred's gonna come for a big intrigue challenge. If he intimidates down Rob here, he has to burn the Wyman trigger to get the second challenge off, right? And no Winterfell trigger. So you
He's playing dangerously. Oh, he's got the intimidate.
I think he wins by 5 definitely here, right? He's doing the math. They're both doing the math. Prince's plans. Okay.
I just don't think AJ cares.
AJ just doesn't care. And then he's going to intimidate Rob, I assume. That's so much power.
I love that card.
All right,
Warms
got
my heart.
econ location. Okay. So, what can he do? So, all right. So here comes down the intimidate. Can Fred save himself here? Intimidate Rob. Okay. So that means that AJ has to get the double renown on Rob. Oh, he can't get double renown on Rob here. Now.
Oh, he has a stand location still.
Oh, he still has the stand location? Yeah.
Yeah, he has one left. That's standing.
Yeah. So. Fred's all out of tricks. And sacrifices, draw. Puts the prince's plan there. And he now has an intrigue icon. And so we come for the full power. Winter is coming. we're doing the math here. Because that the knight is what strength?
13, I think.
13 to, and then unopposed mill, right?
Or just if he wins the challenge, he wins this.
He wins
Because
challenge,
he's claimed 2 power
Yep.
and a renown.
Yep. And so is the hand coming across? Yep. The
Yep.
hand comes across. Yep.
Well played, Fred.
Well played, Fred. Fred, you know, if he had been able to have one more turn, he might have been able to tighten it up, but Fred just wasn't able to get a very good start, and he got outvalued in the early game, and that just let AJ snowball it in. But well played by Fred. I don't think Fred made any mistakes in that game. It's just AJ had all the tools he needed early and was just able to leverage that early advantage to victory. Well played, Fred. Congratulations, AJ.
Yep, when you drop Dupe Cat and Winterfell on a Doran's game deck, you're not gonna. Well, you're gonna have a good time. They are not.
They are not. Let's take a look here and see. This was the last game of the round, so we may be going directly almost into the next round. I will put the top standings up here right here. So in the top 4 will be AJ, Dustin Archer, Jim Hansen, and Matt Phillips. So the Barra Dream is alive, ladies and gentlemen. But Matt and I are going to take a quick break. I will switch you all over to the standings yourselves so you can take a look, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the next round.
See ya.
my son.